Subscribe and click the bell icon for the latest updates and notifications from the Indian Express.
How did you come into politics and decide to also stand for elections?
I was in the Indian Administrative Service. I was very happy there, cozily placed, all plume postings, and I was there for close to 25 years. The last posting that I had was Joint Secretary in the Ministry of Rural Development, and I was handling Mahatma Gandhi Narega program, handled it for 5 years, and the largest anti-poverty program of the world. What I'm trying to drive at is I had absolutely nothing to crib about. In the state also I had the best of postings. But almost after reaching 25 years, I just asked myself one day when I was sitting with my family whether I would like to go to a bigger platform, bigger canvas, from where I can serve people better. And this is the reason why I have decided to join politics. I quit bureaucracy. My family also helped me decide, and my seniors also in bureaucracy, outside bureaucracy, they also helped me take a decision.
Did the BJP suggest to you, or did you suggest to the BJP?
See, it was a mutual love affair. There were three parties in front of me. There was the Congress, there was the BJD, Biju Janata Dal, and which has been ruling Odisha for the past 20 years. And here was the BJP. Congress was out of question because there is hardly any leadership. There is leadership crisis in Congress. BJD almost counting its last days, keeping in view the fact that it's almost done. It's a matter of time. It's on the ventilator, I always say. BJD in Odisha is on the ventilator. And third, of course, BJP. What do you look at when you join a party? You look at its objectives. In Hindi, we call it Abhimukhya, Uddeshya. So development is the Abhimukhya, the Uddeshya of BJP, and that actually, attracted me towards it. And you look at the leader, and the leader is Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, and I have seen him working, his working style, his determination, his willpower, the way he used to extract work from us, the way he made us work, the transparency, the accountability that he wanted. So I think in totality, I thought BJP was the party for me.
Politics happened to me, it's all over a sudden, 23 years back. When I was just out of college, I took a break 1 year because my mother was not well. So I didn't join PG. So that was the first time I have seen my village, how it actually looks like. There was we know all villages are two sides. Dalits lives in one side, the other caste lives the other side. So in my village there is a overflowing drinking water always. But Dalits actually couldn't get the drinking water for 15 years. So I thought that point of time, if I have power, I can resolve the issue. I was just hardly 21 completed that time. So that was the time Panchayat Raj was introduced with reservation for women in 1996. So I just, a fraction of a second, I didn't know the value of fighting an election or getting into politics, because like any other middle class person, I also hate politics from bottom of my heart. Suddenly, actually, that was the time 96 election also happened. I went and sat in the booth for the Congress party because I am not comfortable with both of the regional parties there. Though Congress is not a big force in Tamil Nadu, I somehow get attracted towards it. So I thought actually I should fight an election. So I told my cousins that I wanted to fight an election. He is also my age. So we don't know clue how to get the ticket, and that's like getting a cinema ticket. We thought we can get a ticket to fight an election. So I went and told my mother, then my mother told other relatives, it's a big hangama house. So then nobody helps me at home because we have completely non-political background. The word politics itself gives them a kind of heart attack. Then finally that my cousin is of my age only, classmate. So he found there is somebody, a block president, he is the authority to issue the ticket for. We went there, that guy didn't even ready to meet us. So then finally we went, somebody else came from Chennai to meet the Congress people. We actually straight walked down there where I met my uncle. My uncle said, what are you doing here? We said, we want the ticket. Then he said, okay, you go home, we will do that. Then he told that person from Chennai, you should not give the ticket, she's from my family, we won't let her to fight an election and all. So then actually I spoke to them, then they bit convinced, but finally they said, we don't give a ticket to you. So then me and my cousin sat together, we started fighting independent, because our job is to get this water issue done. We don't have any bigger ideas that point of time. So then by the time 4 o'clock somebody came, then they said Congress party given a ticket to me to fight a Panchayat election. So they went, then after that once they opposed me, then after when I decided, once I filed a nomination, the village people came along with me, but I never opened my mouth why I am fighting an election. So then I went there, first village we went, then they said actually we won't vote anyone actually from your village, because you people not letting us taking sand from your river, how we build the house. So then I realized that a Panchayat election is something different from other elections. Then we went 3-4 villages, especially Dalit colonies, then I realized that it's a huge task. But still I think only one thing we have to do, we have to get the drinking water, then we'll quit politics. Till we are 25 only, I can pursue my studies. So that's what my intention, that we won. Like this time, like parliament election, that also huge mandate. The 2 guys who fought against me lost the deposit, even into iconic 2-leaf symbol like this. So then we went to Panchayat Union office, then found there is no power, no money, nothing. Then I told them slowly that I fight a Panchayat election to get the drinking water done for this Dalit. The people who walked with me are very irritated with me. They don't know this before. They're all people from other caste. So they try to pursue me. Okay, you want to fight in Panchayat election, we all help you to fight. Then you win, it's fine. You don't need to do that job. So then I fell out with the same people who helped me in the election. Then we fought. It's a 15 days work, just a 15 days work. So then we fought for 3 years like anything. Finally, we get that water issue resolved. Then after that, this Rahul Ji came and he took over the Youth Congress in charge. He found that actually getting ticket is not an easy thing. What I experienced, actually, he realized that actually politics is a closed door for 98% of the people. Only privileged can enter into the politics. He used to say that I am the symptom of the disease. Internal meetings he used to say. So he started thinking, bringing people across the India. So he went with a team that young MPs like Sachin and all, he sent a young MPs team to across India to find people actually like me who really believe in changing the political system, very honest, fighting in the ground. Then after 10 years I realized that you can't go out. Either you have to keep on trying to change the existence. That he convinced all of us at that point that actually, see, we have to fight this. It's good for all of us to maintain a status quo, but we have to fight the status quo. I'm not sure whether we will see the change. I used to ask him, we will see this in our lifetime. He said, even whether we are seeing or not, actually we bound to do that. So yeah, one person actually 300 years thinking about that, whether I will see the independence India, the movement might not happen. So he bound to do that. In a way, he convinced people like me. So we're still fighting. Thank you.
The obvious question is, has it been a disadvantage being a woman in politics?
Not at all. In fact, let me honestly tell you, I'm very proud to be a woman. In fact, it is an advantage, I would say. Let me put it that way. It's an advantage. See, when I was campaigning, when I was going from village to village, from door to door, I always thought I had an advantage because I was a woman. Because I would go inside the kitchen, I would go inside the bedroom of a woman, and I would draw women out from behind the doors, literally from behind the doors. And then if you are a woman, you can go and talk to them, and that's what I did. So I think it's a great, and I think women are absolutely no disregard for my male counterparts. Lovely men are there all around, but I would definitely say that women are very much more sensitive, and they understand problems, they comprehend problems in a much better manner.
I feel the both sides, what she said, an advantage. There is also a glass ceiling. When a man fight for a justice, they have to fight for justice alone. Then you have to fight your gender also. How can a woman asking a justice kind of stuff? Then you have to prove your mettle that you cannot be take it for granted. Then they will bend their knees. So it kind of, there is an advantage and disadvantage as well, I feel.
Is there something that you've been, like you were in bureaucracy and you've been expecting, or you might have had a picture about politics and how. So in this, now that's a session you started attending parliament session, you must have been interacting with people. So is there anything that you never expected, that really surprised you or shocked you in the short span of time?
So honestly, I mean, it's too short a period to say anything of that kind. When I decided to quit my job in the IAS, and I wanted to join politics, I was apprehensive. I had to join BJP Odisha. I had to work with the BJP outfit in Odisha, and I was quite scared. But let me honestly tell you, I'm in very good atmosphere. Things have changed over a period of time, and politics has very good people all around. I can see in the parliament, I mean, it's just very short period. In fact, 23rd May we won the election, and thereafter we have come here and we have joined the parliament. We are meeting all the MPs from different parts of the country. It's an exhilarating experience. The definition of politics and the definition of politician is changing and will have to change further. We need to study a lot. We need to know a lot. We need to enrich ourselves a lot. I would say it's grueling hard work. One has to put in very hard work. It's not so simple. If you have to come to the parliament, you should be fully prepared for taking part in any kind of debate.
Jyoti, yeah, when I met you in 2011, you just wanted to be an MLA. You never thought of becoming an MP. So, this parliamentary politics, did it shock you?
See, still, it's accidentally it happened. I still wanted to become an MLA and work in Tamil Nadu only. So this time, actually, last time I couldn't run for an MLA. So this time, against all opposition, all my leaders from party was telling that then Congress president that she will lose the election. She cannot fight her deputy speaker of Lok Sabha. She's a humble background. She doesn't have money and all. So still, we managed to come. So I value that thing, actually, the love and affection I received across, because my parliament comes under 4 different districts. So I value that much, thing. But this, when I'm coming to parliament, I'm happy that actually the first time we have a lot of women MPs, young MPs. Cutting across the party line, actually, we used to chat. So those are the thing I love. So one thing actually disappointed me, maybe I'm from South, when we are taking oath and all the slogans, definitely we didn't like. Jai Shri Ram and all. Actually, it's as one thing, you shouldn't do anything after the thing. Like second thing, actually, see, if I take an oath, then you shout something which I don't agree with. So that I feel very bad. Then Tamil Nadu MPs together decided we'll say Tamil Vulgar. So it's become an identity issue. So those are the things, actually, really a first timer, someone like me, South, we believe in identity policy. India is a federal country. You cannot impose anything on anyone.
Do you feel you got your nomination only because of Rahul Gandhi and the local Congress was resistant?
Yeah, it's because even my PCC president told me in the open press conference in Tamil Nadu, said we all opposed, only Rahul Gandhi stood to his ground and said she will win an election with thumping majority. I know her work and all. So that is, he's the only person who stood by me in the complete central election committee. I also was in the central election committee in Telangana election. I was a member. So I know how it operates. So my PCC president, never mind, he told the press conference the truth. One thing, actually, Thambidur is a seasoned politician. We don't much worry about him. This two leaves is an iconic symbol in my constituency. So one thing is, I've been working with the same district 23 years. So people known me very well. Because the day won the filing nomination itself, they completely use their machinery. Both central government, state government, and collector and all. Actually, the collector went to the extent of saying to night, 1 o'clock in the night, he called me over phone and said he will going to recommend the cancellation of the election. So next morning, Abhishek Singh Viji and Kapil Sibalji went to election commission. We fought every day, literally a battle. So that time DMK is in our ally. So that DMK district secretary Sendil Balaji used with me. We fought against each other in 2011. So we both of us actually made a strategy that we at any point of time we are not resorting to any violence. So we ran a very positive campaign. We thought we should run the election very peaceful. The last day of campaign, actually they went with iron draw to beat the people. 98% of were women. So even one side they are beating, other side actually women are standing like a disciplined army. That was the moment me and Sendil realized that margin going to be high. So because that makes us determine more.
What is each of your stand on the women's reservation bill for 33% reservation in Lok Sabha and state assemblies? And what do you see your role is, if at all, in pushing the bill through?
I'm actually for 50%. I don't understand why this 33%, where they draw this 33%. Anyway, that bill is sent to the Rajya Sabha 33%. Actually, we should bring it. It's already late. As I said, a lot of women, young women, actually willing to join politics. They're all into politics. I have working with across India, I've seen a lot of women, irrespective of party, actually join politics. We do justice to them. Apart from that, there is a Panchayat Raj which already has 33% reservation. So a lot of women block Panchayat chairman, district Panchayat chairman, effective Panchayat presidents, they're all already people, women with loads of experience actually standing outside the system. So it's a time actually we all together to work hard to bring the bill cutting across the party line.
When we are talking of ensuring empowerment of women, why should we always think of only reservation? There are many ways by which women can be empowered, women's stand can be strengthened, women can be brought up. We have to create a very favorable environment wherein they grow up, right? We have to give them the right kind of education, right kind of atmosphere, right kind of ambience, facilitation support. This is extremely important. Reservation is not the only answer. We must know this. Reservation is not the only answer, but yes, we need to have 50% of the population is women, and we need to have them up, definitely. So there would be definitely debates and discussions on the issue of reservation, and we would be examining the matter from all points of view, and then my party will take a stand. We definitely, in fact, this particular government of ours supports women empowerment like anything.
There has been a demand from Bahujan leaders for proportional representation within the reservation bill for SC, ST, OBC. What is your take on that?
I personally agree with them, because Panchayat Raj reservation is exactly what they are asking. Within the Panchayat Raj reservation, you have a SC, ST reservation. Actually, for me itself, it was difficult without reservation. Somebody think of a SC woman or a ST woman, for that it's very, very difficult.
Is the question that the one thing comes with the bureaucracy is supposed to be impartial. Don't people from bureaucracy jump into politics, create a suspicion in the mind of public that the bureaucrats are partial? So you may have a 25 years of career as an administrator. Just think of the impact it makes on the 2014 or 2013, 2010 batch IS officer who is working as a district magistrate in Odisha. Doesn't it create a sense of that then the common public will start seeing that whether it's a BJP or a BJD? So don't you think that it's also a disservice that you're done to the bureaucracy?
Not at all. Not at all. See, we are guided by government servant conduct rules. We are taught in the Masuri Academy, in the Lal Bahadur Shastri National Academy of Administration. We have to go by the constitution when you are in the administrative service. You have to go by the government servant conduct rules. When I was working as an administrative officer for full 25 years, I thought of the job at hand, and I thought about the people for whom I had to work, and I thought about the government for whom I was working. And once I decided to quit, and I decided to choose among all the parties which party I would go to, that was my personal choice, and I went for this particular party. So these are two different things altogether, and I don't think there is absolutely any disservice.
You were spotted in a talent hunt by the Congress party, and particularly the then General Secretary Rahul Gandhi. How do you see the situation now after this kind of crushing defeat and this entire attempt to relinquish power and people clamoring that he should stay in power in the party? How do you see the entire thing, how it has panned out since May this year?
See, I don't think as an insider it's a crisis. I am from Tamil Nadu. I have seen Karunanidhi was sitting outside 8 years. When there is a situation that as long as MG are alive, there is no chance for a DMT to come back. I have seen the situation. Jayalalitha herself lost badly. Not only she lost the election, every Tamilian at that point, bottom of their heart, hate Jayalalitha. So the situation in politics will keep changing. So what very important I think is whether you stick with your principle or not, your ideology or not. That's very important, I feel. As far as Rahul ji is concerned, actually he is a man actually always stands his ground. He never changed the ideology. So he is not power hungry. So when we worked with him, I worked with him almost 7 years, from 2006 to 12. So the conversation, the work, many people think what he did it for 10 years. Actually, he built people like me. Now every Congress party, we all know that 30 years actually we didn't function as a party. We run a government, we brought a good government, we brought revolutionary policies which has changed the India in a very larger way. And apart from that, we didn't take care of the party very well. Our party organizations are slowly residing in many states. But what then we actually there was no local leaders for last 30 years. So you have seen syndicate leaders in between Rajiv Gandhi's time. There was like Rajasthan, YSR, and a lot of CMs has been brought. After that, there is a huge gap. So he literally filled it. Now actually you can say every state there are 4 or 5 people like me sitting, who can understand our state better, who can work in the state better.
The ethos of the politics there is actually drawn from the Dravidian movement. There is a very strong sub-nationalist Tamil sentiment which doesn't help Congress. So what exactly is the Congress plan to grow in, say, a state like Tamil Nadu?
See, only ways
Without allying either with DMK or with ADMK.
For example, you take Kerala, KPCC is not an extension of AICC. KPCC is altogether a different unit, Kerala Pradesh Congress Committee. So when you work in a particular state, you have to be the voice of that state, voice of that people. You see the comrade politics, K-Plan, one thing we discussed along with this resignation, K-Plan was a disaster to us. All the costliest mistake actually we did.
Kamaraj stepped down.
Yeah, because there is the Kamaraj stepped down. Not only Kamaraj, many of our stalwarts stepped down. We never recover at all in Tamil Nadu, even in Karnataka. It took a lot of time for us. So there is a gap of leadership. Kamaraj actually reflects the Periyar ideologies. So that's where Congress party under Kamaraj is different. Then after many years actually we've been an extension of AICC, which people like me oppose tooth and nail. We personally feel that Congress party should have a state specific agenda. We cannot be an extension of AICC. So now we feel there is always a chance for the Congress party to regain its whatever it lost, but we never tried. It's our mistake. It's not people of Tamil Nadu mistake. We never claim that centralized schemes. For example, Narega. So you go and ask in Tamil Nadu, they will see either they will tell Mr. Karunanidhi's name or Mr. Jayalalitha's name. So nobody knows. Very rarely people say Sonia Gandhi brought. So then when you come to an identity issue, see, personally I feel, you ask me who am I, I'll say Tamil first. That's how I feel that's my root. Tamil is my language, that is my culture, that's where I am from. I see myself as a Indian second. So I feel my Indian identity includes my Tamil identity. That's how I see. But by the moment I say Tamil, that's also a kind of Indian identity. So Congress party failed to understand the sentiment of the Tamil Nadu people. So that's precisely because of that we're losing many states, not only Tamil Nadu. Now actually the young generation leaders, we are very clear in what is the original ideology of India, what is the original ideology of Congress. Idea of India and idea of Congress are actually not different, it's both the same.
Ma'am, you spoke about Mr. Modi, our Prime Minister, but what is your view on Rahul Gandhi?
See, he's not sure of himself, he lacks on confidence. He should lead from the front, which he doesn't. He avoids, he's an escapist. Prime Minister Modi is our role model. I mean, it is not only for me, I think he is role model of all the BJP people, all across. So you see, I mean, there is absolutely no comparison between the leader of BJP and the leader of Congress. I mean, he is no longer the president now. Why did he leave? Why didn't he lead from the front? He should have owned up the defeat. And then he would have sat with the people, sat with my friend here, sat with young girls and boys like these who have the potential, who have the energy. And when when we see him in the parliament, in the Lok Sabha, he appears to be somebody who is always afraid of being attacked. So I think he lacks confidence and he doesn't come prepared to the Lok Sabha. That's my feeling as an MP sitting on the other side. He never participates in any discussion. We are new members, but we definitely try to, as I told you, politicians these days must equip themselves with knowledge that they must come to parliament after a good deal of reading.
Jyoti, we would like to know what do you think about Mr. Modi?
I see him someone who really gets scared to come to parliament and face the direct questions. 5 years actually, now he's probably the only Indian Prime Minister any world leader to compare with. Never actually willing to sit in an open press conference. I feel him as a despotic. who don't want to listen to anyone, control everything, centralized everything. We never had a prime minister like him. I've been closely watching him from 2002 for the reason we all know. So I don't see him as a... He has a strategy. Of course, they are winning election. Congress party also won the election 50 years. It doesn't give Congress party such an arrogance. Someone who follows people who are abusing, giving rape threats. He bring down the office of the prime minister. That's what my opinion on him, frankly.
Would you agree that there was no development agenda in the 2018 election?
I was a bureaucrat. I was working under the direction of Prime Minister Modi. I know his working style much better than many of the people who are outside the government would. And the kind of transformation which his directions brought to Manrega is enough of an indication of his administrative ability. Manrega was in a very sad state when he took over in May 2014. And you, not only Manrega, you see all the programs, the way we have advanced in different sectors, whether it be digital technology, whether it be ensuring transparency and accountability in all the schemes, whether it be Pragati for completing all the pending projects. And where is the dictatorship? I fail to understand. Prime Minister Modi takes everybody's opinions on board. And I fail to understand why should he be called somebody who doesn't, talk to the press. He is such a wonderful communicator. He is one person. How can we? I mean, there was a silent within quotes a prime minister in the UPA 2 regime. He was an absolutely silent. Do we need that kind of prime minister? And he is one person who has been emphasizing transparency. When Prime Minister Modi came in May 2014, the way we allocated funds to the states became different. He said, go by the performance of the state. Whosoever, whichever state performs well must get more money. Bring in transparency through Aadhaar, through geotagging. What more do you expect from a prime minister? And the mandate says all. See, let us not discuss all these issues. The mandate says all. We are 303 only BJP.